that this man would be okay, not just okay, but would literally himself force a 13-year-old sexual assault victim to give birth to their assaulter's child. Once you get him to admit that, then you can call him evil. Then you can say that's fucked up, that you're a fucked up person for believing that. All right, this was recommended to me by somebody in my Discord server. If you would like to recommend me videos as well, you can do so by joining my Discord server, the link to which is always in the YouTube description. You can find it below. This is a video called Attempting to Reason with an Unreasonable Jerk by a channel known as the Abolitionists Rising. I looked into these people a little bit before I decided on this segment. They're actually a pretty sizable channel, 186K subscribers, and the person who suggested them to me said that they just randomly showed up on their feed one day. So if my audience is randomly getting these people in their feed, then clearly these people are getting around, and I'd like to see what they're all about. So basically, Abolitionists Rising is all about abolishing abortion. They're very against abortion. They have their own website, abolitionistrising.com. Abortion is still legal in every state of the nation. That's kind of a lie, because if you look at Tennessee, which is, I know where that is, it's right here. If you look at Tennessee, it says legal for mothers, illegal for abortionists. Like, I don't understand what that means. Does that mean that it's legal for like the mom to like stick a coat hanger? I don't know. But basically in Tennessee, there's a 6-week abortion ban, if I recall correctly. And most people who need abortions don't find out, the vast majority don't find out that they're pregnant until after 6 weeks. And on top of that, even if they were to find out before the 6-week mark, it's not like you can just walk up into a Planned Parenthood the same day, get an abortion. You can't do that, because there are a lot of loopholes that you have to go through in order to even get to the stage where an abortion is allowed. You have to like look at ultrasounds of your own fucking fetus. Like, they torture you basically before you're allowed to get an abortion. It's disgusting. So that's kind of a lie. You know, it's not legal in Tennessee. It's legal up to 6 weeks in Tennessee, which basically makes it completely illegal. So anyway, that's Abolitionists Rising. I actually did send them a message to see if I can get a representative from them onto the show. After we're done with this segment, I'll go ahead and check and see if they replied. But let's go ahead and start watching this video, and just, you know, like I said, I like to hear people out. So let's see what's going on here. Attempting to reason with an unreasonable jerk. Well, at OSU, this belligerent man was steamrolling the conversation.
This is murder. Y'all are full of shit.
It's the intentional, premeditated taking the life of an innocent human being.
Taking the life of nobody.
Wait, what do you wear scrubs for? What are the scrubs for?
You ask questions about me, asshole. Shut the hell up.
Yeah, you
tell me about this bullshit. You're gonna kill some person. Well,
that's what abortion does.
Absolutely.
I was asking if you're a scrub because I want to know if you were medically trained.
Away from me, asshole.
You implied
Hey man,
to me that
don't be a
you're
jerk.
in some kind of medical field.
No, you
With
tell me
scrubs, you said,
something.
look at-
How is it murder? Tell
Like,
me
if you got a girl pregnant and you encourage her to get an abortion, you encourage her to
Why are they standing out here without like a hat and gloves? Like, that's not healthy, man.
end the life of your child.
You ain't letting no life and no child. That is
True.
nonsense.
Where do
You
humans
tell
come
me
from?
right
Where do
now,
humans come from?
What in the hell you're killing when you remove an abortion?
Humans come from fetuses, which are birthed, and fetuses come from egg and sperm. If you take it back far enough, we all came from some microscopic bacteria way, way back millions and millions of years ago. But I wouldn't consider that bacteria to be a human.
A preborn human being.
Cells. Couple of the, you're removing no preborn human being.
Yeah, you are.
You know what those
Yeah.
cells are? Go
I
ahead
love this
and
guy.
tell me.
They're a preborn human being in some stage of development.
It's not a blastocyst because you don't move it at that. What the? That's a blastocyst.
Yeah,
You
blastocyst.
don't move anything in a blastocyst stage. What's the
Right.
common thing that happens in blastocyst
So-
stage?
For those who don't know, blastocyst is a stage during development of an embryo. It's one of the embryonic stages. I forget what all the stages are, but that's what that term means.
Hey, just chill out a little bit. You're against it or you're for it.
Blastocyst stage?
No, that's fetus.
I will say, I know that he's not like going for optics here, and they probably just like, he probably just walked up to them all pissed off, but he did give them content, so let's talk about it. I think that a crucial mistake he's making here is that he is a little bit on the offensive too much right now. And these guys are in charge of the editing, so I don't know how much of this conversation they're recording and how much they're cutting out. I don't know how dishonest they're being, but to give them the most credit possible, this guy is starting off the conversation very heated. One of the mistakes I made during the Jubilee video is I let myself get heated and then they'd cut it in such a way that it didn't really track why I was heated. But in general, it's just better to not get heated if you can help it, unless you're in control of the content and you can show people how you reach that point logically. You know what I mean? So just be careful when you're doing this that you try not to get to that point if you can help it.
Oh, it's a fetal stage. Oh, right. Okay, sorry about that.
Let's just do a fetal stage.
Week 6. What's happening in week 6?
Week 6. Yeah, it's still an embryo at week 6, but
It is an embryo.
it's embryo until week 9.
Oh, these are the kind of people that try to catch you out on the verbiage, the words. And it's like, well, you know, you guys use fetus interchangeably with baby. So like, what are you talking about? Like, he's going to try to catch him out on all these terms to make himself look smart. It's so stupid.
From 9 to the end,
Now, in week 6, what's happening in the body?
it's a human being that's growing and developing in their mother's womb. That's where you grew and developed. I'm positive, 100%.
So what's the most common thing to happen at 6 weeks? What's the most common thing to happen to a embryo at 6 weeks?
If they're aborted,
In humans, period. What's the most common thing? Go ahead and say it for me.
what? Metabolism?
Miscarriage. It's the most common
True.
thing. How many
So,
human pregnancies
so
miscarriage?
hold on a second. You're
It's like
shifting it.
50%, I think.
We,
Does it matter?
yeah, it does. The intentional miscarriage isn't murder.
Yeah, my problem with this guy is not that he's wrong, the guy on the right. It's that he's being very smarmy. He comes off smarmy.
The intentional destruction of a preborn human being is murder with malice aforethought.
Whether or not that was gonna become a
No, it is. It is a human.
how many
If it's a human that
Another
died,
thing that he's trying to do here is make the claim that biologically speaking, a fetus is a human. And you can make that argument all you want, but it doesn't matter. I don't care whether or not you consider it a human because ultimately it's attached to the mother and the mother does not want it to be attached to her. It is literally feeding off of the mother and the mother doesn't want that. Okay? If a mom doesn't want to breastfeed, she doesn't have to do that either. She can use formula. So like, don't ever let them try to catch you out on that. You know, it's not a human in the sense that it doesn't get human rights. Like if you want your vocabulary to be clear and straightforward, say it's not a person. Because I feel like they try to catch you out on this gotcha of like, when you say something's a human, you could mean one of two things. You can mean biologically it's a human. Like if you look at like evolutionary stages, we are in the Homo sapien stage, right? Homo sapien, I believe. That's correct. And you could technically classify the fetus as being of that species, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about the personhood of the fetus and whether it deserves rights. And it does not. It simply doesn't. Practically speaking, you're just putting mothers' lives at risk if you consider it to have rights and their well-being. I mean, just look at the lady who was arrested because she had a miscarriage into a toilet bowl a few weeks back, you know? And for those who are wondering, by the way, I did try to get back in contact with that lawyer. She never replied, unfortunately. She's probably very busy, so it's fine. But anyway, like she was arrested for having a miscarriage into a toilet bowl and then not fishing it out. The fact that we considered that fetus to be a corpse is the reason that she's currently in jail. And that's why I don't like it. Okay, that is a very traumatic situation, or it can be at least. It's not always. But like, it was 22 weeks and she wanted the baby and it miscarried into the toilet. So that's traumatic. And she tried to flush it. They arrested her for allegedly abusing a corpse, and it's disgusting. It's not a corpse. It's fetal tissue.
if it's a human
Innocent
who died
people
in
are being put at
miscarriage-
risk for this.
miscarriage? How many
Hey,
human
hey,
pregnancies?
why are you so?
Super relevant.
Why is this so emotional for you? Can you just
See?
just
Hang on a
slant it back?
Don't let
Just
them
after
don't let them
exchange?
do that to
Wait
you.
a second.
Just
You
scale it
said
back.
it's human murder, and I shouldn't get
It
emotional?
is.
You're full of shit. You're a
It is.
fucking liar.
No, I'm saying.
Keep in mind when it's again, he's on a college campus. He's not looking for a good faith debate. He's not looking for a good faith engagement. He's looking for gotchas and content. So I reached out to try to debate him, see if we can get him to talk to somebody who knows how to do this game that he's doing. But we'll see what happens.
in the
Murder.
conversation,
You get emotional about murder.
right?
I'm wondering why you're not. You are lying.
Yeah, because
See how you lied there?
True
What are you talking
XLR.
about?
No, they
Nothing.
love their fetuses right up until they're born, and then they don't give a shit.
I'm
You don't care
saying,
about
I'm
things
saying
you
you
realize.
should calm down
You are
so that we
calling
can
about
have a
murder.
rational
Hold on
discussion.
a second. You're being rational discussion
Yes.
about murder? Are you
Yes.
I didn't even know he was being recorded. Is that in this state? Is that illegal? I don't know. I don't know the laws on that. I'm not going to question the legality of it. That's not what I'm here to do.
What's so bad? You
No,
psycho.
listen.
What's wrong with you?
I'm saying
Hang on a
if you
second.
slow down and you talk, you can formulate your reasons and you can put them forward in a manner where I can hear
You
them
use
and
the
respond to
reasons.
them.
You don't give information.
Yes.
You told me this is murder and that I shouldn't calm down.
It's
about
murder
it.
because
I'm
it's
on
the
your side.
intentional
It's
destruction
murder.
of a preborn human being.
Weirdly, you are.
Preborn
Wait, hang on a
human
second.
being.
It's not a human being.
See, that's the caveat for me is I don't consider anything that's pre-born to be a full-fledged human. It doesn't deserve rights yet. So it's not murder.
Yes, it is.
Born human being.
A preborn human being. Human beings develop.
Basically, what this boils down to, and what it's always going to boil down to, is the humanity of the fetus. And that really doesn't matter. You know, you can cede the point that the fetus is a human and still say, like, I don't believe it deserves personhood status, because granting it that would basically be putting it at a tier above humans. You're saying that this entity is allowed to latch itself onto an unwilling individual and feed off of it for 9 months until it's born. That's something that no other human is allowed to do. We would be arrested. My argument is, if I attached wires to somebody to start feeding off of their body like a fetus would do, and the only way to get me off was for that person to kill me, that person would be completely within their right to kill me. It doesn't matter if it's for 9 months. It doesn't matter if it's for 9 minutes, okay? They're within their right to kill me. I attached myself to them. That's their body. So that's their right to do that if the only way to get me off is to kill me. Seriously.
Develop in their mother's wombs, and we live
Fetuses
for like
are not
8
above
to 9
humans.
months in a womb, and then we're born.
End up in a.
It doesn't matter what I know. It is a human being being murdered. It doesn't matter. I can't predict everyone's
You know what?
It's not murder if it's self-defense.
future.
It doesn't matter when they're going to have a natural death.
It does.
Doesn't matter
It.
what age.
It's just a human.
Are you sure it doesn't matter when someone dies? Because I shit you not. If it doesn't, then why don't you just kill every single person
if
for having?
That's not what she
What?
said.
You and me should be in jail.
That's not what she said.
Miscarriage?
And sperm are not humans.
I don't know where he was going
What kind
with
of
that one.
medical degree are you getting if you think a sperm is a human being? You think there's like a little man inside there? It's crazy.
I got.
No, that's the logic that you're using. Because if you trace it far enough back, the fertilized egg came from an unfertilized egg and a sperm cell. So you can make the argument that there are humans, and you would be correct that there are humans that don't currently exist, that could exist had I not jerked off this morning. That could have gone. I could have dumped that sperm into my future wife, and she could have given birth. But even then, millions of genetic coding from the sperm cells individually are lost. They're just lost. Like, that's just the consequence of how we reproduce. So technically, every time I ejaculate, I'm killing, quote unquote, millions of potential humans, because those sperm cells didn't get to fertilize an egg. And every time Katie has a period, she's killing a potential human, because that egg could not ever have the opportunity to be fertilized. Like, that's simply not a practical way to look at this.
To be honest with you, that's got to be the stupidest fucking thing I've heard all day, and I had to listen to somebody whinge on about their own personal bullshit for hours. Now we're down.
No, people used to believe in that.
See, you can't approach these people and then act indignant like this guy is. You can't do that, because he approached. So he's not within his rhetorical right to do that right now by any, like, normie's perspective. I understand why he's upset. It's very frustrating to argue with people like this, but you look really bad.
Yes, you're being filmed. That's why I was trying to get you to calm down.
Good. No.
I'm trying to get you to calm down so you actually make your arguments, and we know what you're saying.
Argument here, sir. You are shockingly calm about what you consider to be murder, which is frightening.
Well, you're not murdering anyone right now. If you were murdering her, I would not be calm.
Y'all people believe in magic. You're religious, so you don't believe in facts.
No.
This
You're
is
the one that believes in
pointless.
magic. You think that people
Fantastic.
get rights after they leave the womb. That's magic.
Yes.
We don't believe in that.
Yes.
Oh, you don't believe in human rights?
No, we believe in human rights.
Stop. This is so painful, man. No, you can't try to gotcha them. You can't.
I don't believe in human rights
Oh, me?
because a human in the womb doesn't have rights, according to you. That's what you've been arguing this whole time. You believe in some kind of magic
That's
rights.
a crock of shit. You just made that up. Hang on a second. Play that fucking tape back and see how you just fucking lied about what you said. Y'all's is full of shit.
No.
You just said some stuff that never was discussed.
No. No, are you for or against abortion?
Man, I love abortion. I think it's the greatest thing ever.
Nice.
All right, so you
Based.
love abortion,
Yeah.
and you say that an abortion of a 6-week
That's how you handle these morons. If you don't have a good rhetorical strategy, the best thing you can do is just say, yeah, abortion's awesome. I love it. And if they try to say, so you like murdering fetuses, just be like, yeah, it's cool. In fact, I have my own collection in the basement. Just really, like, exaggerate. Who cares? Make a fool
or a
of them.
9-week-old or any time in the womb is not
That's always an option.
ending the life of a human being. That's what you said,
It's a real weird way
Mr.
to
Str-
put that because
ending the life of.
you full well know that if you performed abortion super late, you would just straight up murder a human being, which would be the mother. But I find it weird that we're equating a.
No, you're just jumping all over the place.
Smaller than
I'm
a
trying to
fetus.
diagnose why you are jumping all over the place. I'm thinking this is not an this
part of a alleged pro-life organization talk to somebody who's in favor of abortion, which actually does save lives.
This is not an intellectual reason for
Hang on
you.
a second. You ain't a doctor. You can't diagnose shit.
Listen, I'm trying to figure out.
Nice people alone. They ain't scum like
Hey,
y'all.
I'm trying to figure out why you
Okay.
are
trying to figure
the
out-
way you are.
Okay, if this guy's literally going around and pestering people, then maybe this isn't the worst look. The problem is we don't have that context. We don't have that context of seeing him going and pestering people, right? And that's the problem. If we had that, then this behavior would be justified. And it sounds like it is.
Yes, I am, because I know it's not an intellectual thing for you,
You are
because you're all over the place. So it's an emotion. Is this something you've done? You've paid for an abortion? Because
Yes.
No, I've never been. I've
You've never
been to an abortion clinic. I'm not female. I don't know if you can tell.
No, you've never gotten anyone pregnant and encouraged an abortion?
I have. And I had to have a very difficult internal conflict with that for a long time because I was pro-life. But I knew that a baby was not the correct move for us, you know? So I knew that. And more importantly, she knew that. So I helped her pay for an abortion. And, you know, that took a long time to get over and to move on with my life. But here we are. I barely even think about it anymore. It was 1000% the right move. And I have zero guilt over it. And I live guilt-free. Day in and day out. I sleep well at night knowing that I made the right choice. And that's what I want for everybody. And that's why I hate ghouls like this who try to guilt people, who stand outside fucking abortion clinics calling them demons and shit. It's like, just let people live their fucking lives, man. Not everybody wants to have a parasite growing inside of them until it comes out of them, you know, through their genitalia of all things, head and all, 9 months later. 9 months of that shit. Like, come on. Not everybody wants that. So shut up. Stop guilting them.
Because I'm trying to understand why it seems
Wait a second.
emotional
Why
for
are
you.
Talking about encouraging people to get abortions.
I'm not. You're not.
are you getting
No,
people pregnant
comprehend what I'm
because
saying.
of abortion?
If they try to pull this emotional shit, you can be emotional. You just have to do it with the proper context. You can say, like, you know, there was somebody that donated $1,000 during our fundraiser, and they said that their sister died due to lack of access to abortion care. Now, I don't have any way to verify if that was true, but I also have no reason not to believe it. And people do die, this is documented, from lack of access to abortion care. You know, that happens. So that's a valid excuse to get emotional, but you need that.
Asking you
If you're
why
going to
you
get
seem
emotional,
so
I mean.
psychologically connected to this issue to where you want to argue for it.
I don't want people to die, that's why.
Emotional. Emotional.
Yeah.
Which can be psychological, certainly.
Right. Yeah.
This is real weird. Hang on a second.
not weird, man.
Can I ask you a question? Because I don't know anything about.
No, this is flight of thoughts, man. You're going all over the place. You got to chill. Just say, I don't want people to die. That's why I'm emotional. I don't want people to die.
Holistic people. I think
What?
holistic people,
Okay.
neurotypical people.
Okay.
I think you're evil.
I'm evil.
Nope, bad. He has not done enough yet to indicate that he's evil. Once you establish that this man would be okay, not just okay, but would literally himself force a 13-year-old sexual assault victim to give birth to their assaulter's child, once you get him to admit that, then you can call him evil. Then you can say that's fucked up, that you're a that person for believing that. Get it? You have to lead there. I didn't think that this would just turn into like a debate tactic thing, but here we are.
Why do you think I'm evil?
Saying shit that nobody's talking about because.
Why?
look,
Okay,
how you speak,
let's talk only about it.
like-
Why do you think?
This guy's good at, I mean, he's good at debating normies. I think that he would fall apart if he debated me, but we'll see.
I'm evil?
We'll see if he even
Anyway.
reaches out.
No, come on.
So which
Come on, buddy.
cult are you guys from? Can I see one of your flyers? Are you from one of the ones?
He's not wrong. This guy needs to give a reason that he's evil. This is really bad debate tactics.
Yes, your question.
Hey, do you just not like answering questions, or do you find them too hard?
Cultism.
We're Christians. We're Bible believing Christians.
Thank you.
It's not. It's a lecture here at the university.
Look here. Hang on a second. It says.
I wish I'd have known about this. They were at Ohio State University on November 4th or something, and I wish I'd have known. I would have gone and confronted him.
You put it in.
Wow, that's a great
is like,
argument.
what is that? What
Fold
is
the word
that,
culture. Yeah.
God, what is
Yeah.
that thing?
Go ahead, tear it up, buddy.
Hey, are you gonna say anything worth listening to?
I fucking care what you think. You're a piece of shit.
I know. I'm just wondering if you're gonna be serious, or if are you here to just waste your time?
Which cult is this? Are you one of the ones that extorts the people?
My face is right there.
No.
There's no extortion. It's a free public lecture
Oh shoot.
at the Ohio State University Union Building.
Hang on. I can actually look up and see whether or not you guys have been kicked off campus before.
Ha!
Keep changing your names.
If you,
That's another good tactic, actually. Just see if they're on the campus's ban list. and then tell on him. That's fine.
You know how hard it is to
We've
find
never
you guys
been here.
sometimes?
We've never been here.
Hang on a second.
And hopefully you'll never be there
So
again.
if you can't win an argument, you just kind of call the Gestapo to have us.
Why is
kick
it
us.
always about
No, you wanna-
with
you-
holistic
Call the
people? Will you stop
Gestapo.
being
Yeah, call the Gestapo, man. That's crazy.
violent for
It's
this?
exactly
I'm not
like
being
that.
violent. You want to kick us off
Now that he
campus or
mentions it-
see if we've been kicked off
Well,
campus
I
because
do
you
pay
can't
tax money,
what?
And y'all's is religious.
Wait, you don't think that people with religious
I will say though, optically, that is kind of spineless. Like to defer to tattling on them, I will say that does come across as spineless. Like if you really just want them off of campus and you don't want people to be irritated by them anymore, and that's your only goal, then that's fine. Like you don't have to engage with these people. If you just start off by saying like, I'm calling campus security, like that's fine. But if you're going to engage with them, you know, like don't be spineless.
be on
This
campus?
guy? No, you're not. The one that's got the same name as T. Russell Hunter, the musician. Wait.
Okay, stop saying the word grape to describe sexual assault. I'm not mad at you. I'm just mad at the situation. I know that YouTube does not like that word. Say sexual assault or SA. SA works as well. I cannot stand. It just, in my brain, it pisses me off because it feels like people who use the word grape when they mean sexual assault are trivializing sexual assault. I'm not saying that's what you're doing. I'm not accusing you of that, but that is what it feels like, and that's how it comes off. So I just don't like that.
You?
I'm T. Russell Hunter.
Are you
You're not in trouble. That's a pet peeve of mine.
You're him.
Hello, Gaius Winston.
No, T.
Welcome.
Russell Hunter is launching a new national organization called Abolitionists. Yeah, that's me.
Oh, it says
No,
you're
I
a
understand,
musician.
Kermit.
Well, I wouldn't call myself a musician.
You're this same guy. Jesus, you look different.
What?
Oh yeah, I'm wearing a hat.
What?
Must be the hat. I actually do know who you are.
Why?
Some crazy stuff.
How would you know who I am?
You're a bad person.
I'm a bad person.
But anyway,
Is he confusing him with that one country singer who like went viral a while back for that one song, but then he came out as like some kind of communist? Because like that's, I don't know, I feel like that's kind of racist, man. Like I look like that dude too, just a white guy with a beard. So, you know, maybe chill with that.
I don't need to listen to you speak.
I don't think.
Yeah, thank you, Daciela. That's what I thought, too.
If you ever get any views and an ability to argue for them, don't just be a jerk, all right?
Yeah, unfortunately, optically, this guy got the win on this.
Jeez Louise. I was like, I don't know what we're gonna do. Huh?
What page did he pull up?
Some article about us.
Yeah, this guy did get the win optically on this one. Well, optically, you do need to stay calm for most of it. The only reason you're allowed to get loud or belligerent is if you hold them to the fire, you hold their feet to the fire, and you get them to admit some shit that is not good. You know, like I would force 13-year-olds to have their sexual assaulter's baby. Like that's really bad. But if you can demonstrate that, yes, that is definitely what this person believes, no matter how they sugarcoat it. You know, I believe that they should have mental health care and they should be taken care of the whole process. No, you force 13-year-old sexual assault victims to give birth to their rapist babies. That's fucked up, and you're a person for believing that, and I don't like you. That's when you can get belligerent. I still advocate for keeping it under control. A healthy dose of controlled anger is not going to hurt you. Like I said, if you're going to get belligerent, do it properly, okay? Don't let them make a fool of you, and don't give them content. Especially don't give them the content. Notice that Matt Walsh never uploaded any shorts from me, right? Of our interaction. Never like tried to milk it, never did anything with it. It's like it never happened, basically, to him, because he doesn't want anything to do with it, because he knows how bad it makes him look. He admitted that he will force 13-year-old sexual assault victims to give birth to their assaulter's baby. And that's really bad. And he knows that. So that's why he just never touched it again. Some Matt Walsh Sims did, but only like 2 of them. And the rest of them are smart enough to also know that this looks really bad for him, you know? So just remember that. Don't get belligerent unless you can get them to admit to it's just their actual beliefs, right? Their actual beliefs, which are abhorrent. And as long as you can air that properly, then you can get belligerent. Like I said, I did message this guy on his website. He has not replied yet, but I'm hoping that he will. I tried to look up to see what other events they're doing since this was in Ohio. But I don't know that there's like a specific event list. I think that they just kind of show up wherever. If they actually advertised where they were going and what they were doing there, it would be very dangerous because people who know what they're talking about might show up, right? But hopefully, like I said, they will reply to my what I thought was a very kind and open invitation to come onto the stream and just chat a little bit, just see what they're all about, right? So if you're watching this, guys, like the people from Abolitionists Rising, yeah, just feel free to hit me up, and you got my email. We'll talk. Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you want to see more, hit the notification bell to be notified when I upload. If you enjoy my content, you enjoy what I do, I really appreciate any financial help that I can get. Go to youtube.com/AlecGunterTTV/join. You got some awesome benefits, such as seeing early videos, awesome emotes that you can use in the comments of YouTube videos, and a sweet badge next to your name. So if that sounds interesting to you, I'd really appreciate if you join. It is cheaper than the cost of a blowjob from your mom. So with all that being said, thank you again for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.